Welcome back. Today is Election Day in Ohio. At stake is a ballot measure called Issue 1.
Voters will decide on whether to raise the threshold for amending the state's constitution from a simple majority up to 60%. NBC's Ali Vitali joins us from Columbus with more on what we can expect today. Hey, Ali, good morning. So kind of two things I want to ask you about just to kick this conversation off here first. This vote is about the state's constitution. Walk us through exactly what that looks like, what's going to need to pass this, but then also the fact that really the reason that we're having this conversation is because of the impact that it could have on specific issues, specific rights, right? Explain the stakes here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is best described right now, Savannah, as a proxy battle. Technically, voters are about to vote on ways that their constitution can be amended going forward. Right now, all it takes is a simple majority. What this vote would do if Issue 1 passes is make that a 60% threshold. This special election came about, though, because there's a ballot initiative coming up in November, just a few months from now, that would enshrine protections in the Constitution for abortion access. This is a state where Republicans really do have a stronghold on power. Even though they had gotten rid of special elections in August, they popped this one up just to say that they wanted to make changes to the Constitution or the way that the Constitution is amended. I asked the Lieutenant Governor himself about that. The fact that critics of this move say that this is a battle about the Constitution when it's really a battle about abortion access, and this is what he said.
I think that it's a combination of events that many Ohioans, particularly people who have to fund the opposition campaigns, are tired of out-of-state interests trying to come in and amend our Constitution. And that convergence of events of both the Dobbs decision and a growing frustration over this on a variety of issues. If you want to change the law, change the law. You can do that with a simple majority. But in the Constitution, we should have a higher standard.
So look, you're hearing the Lieutenant Governor there not shy away from the fact that this is something that Republicans did in direct response to the Dobbs decision last year and also to this coming constitutional amendment proposal in November. But he's also trying to argue that this is a confluence of other events like the amount of outside money flowing into the state, which we've been tracking, and both sides, pro and against this amendment, this issue, have both been pouring money in. But nevertheless, those are the reasons for voting on this issue.
Let's talk about those who are against this move. I know you spoke with some of those opponents. What are they saying?
And this is not a clean-cut party line issue either, Joe. I spoke with one of the Republican state lawmakers who actually wants to vote against Issue 1. To him, he says that this is the wrong battle for his party to be having. Watch.
Maybe we should spend more time thinking through things before taking this step. And I'm afraid this was rushed a little bit. Because we had to make a certain deadline to be able to get it done.
Right.
And I think it could have borne a little more debate. And I'm not sure if I would have voted to put it on the ballot if it wasn't in that rushed format.
And look, again, Representative Callender is a Republican here. He made the point when we were talking that it's fair to debate what it takes to amend a state constitution. It's been amended about 100 times before under these simple majority rules. He just thinks this is probably not the right forum for which his party should do it.
So, Ali, tell us, what are we watching for following today's vote? Where does this go from here, both just in terms of the actual Constitution and amending that, but also the abortion conversation that we're having?
Look, in the immediate term, if this issue passes tonight, it means that it's harder to amend the state constitution going forward. The immediate impact of that is going to be seen just a few months down the road in November when it changes the ways that advocates of enshrining abortion protections into the Ohio Constitution will have to make moves to go about that at the ballot box. If it fails, I think it teaches a lesson once again to Republicans about the power and motivating power of this issue, even in red states. I got to tell you guys, I've been talking to grassroots organizers at the door, and they say even in the dog days of summer and August special election, people are tuned in here.
Ali, thank you so much. Great reporting.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.